everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm thrilled that you're here. I'm going to be doing December Daily Day 2, where we went to get our tree. I have a million photos and several page protectors. So to keep it simple on myself, I am just doing page protectors and lots of them. So I have our large photo where we do hands in when we all agree on the particular tree that we want. So I have that, and then I have this, and I printed a 4x8 photo of my son and husband getting the tree. Back of day 1, so I will use that. And then I have a 2x2 page protector. And of course, on the back of the hands in, I'll have some more photos. You guys, I couldn't narrow down, and I always go all out with picking out the tree and lots of page protectors, and I'm okay with that. Hopefully day 3 will be a simple story, but if not, that's okay too. I'm just rolling with it. So I picked out a ton of pieces. I have some chipboard and not chipboard. I have some of these wood veneers. I have some of these hearts. So mostly I stuck with greens, and I'm just gonna see what I can come up with and stick to kind of the monochromatic greens. So lots of photos, such an incredible day. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up and switch to voiceover, and I hope you enjoy seeing this page come together. Okay, so I am starting with the horizontal 4x6 and then the 3x4 pocket page configuration and the 2x2 page protector that I just sliced off one row. I'm putting in the photos, and I'm going to wind up with 2 pockets. So I decided to make one a see-through pocket, and I cut a piece of laminator paper that I had left over, and I stuck some stars on it. Then I remembered I had this 10x8 paper, and you can totally cut out the trees. They're super simple. So that's what I'm going to do with this paper. I'm going to use these trees throughout my entire design. So for this see-through piece, I'm going to cut out one tree and then have a cluster of 3 stars on it as well. And then for my 4x6 photo, I have that pleather love. I love that piece. So because I love that heart shape, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out a way to incorporate that. I peel it off, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick it down, and then I decide to keep the backing, because the backing is gonna make a perfect way to trace that heart shape. First, I'm cutting out a second tree for that journaling card, and then I'm just going to kind of layer them on top of each other and trim out what I don't need as far as when I lay down the journaling card trees. So this is where I took the backing of that pleather heart, and I just fussy cut out a green heart to go inside that 2x2 pocket. I did wind up having to take out that 2x2 heart and kind of making sure that it fits in the album. So I am going to wind up cutting off a piece of it and then stapling it to the page protector. Decided to add just a few little stamping sentiments to this card. So at the bottom it says "Time Together," and at the top, "Today's Story." And then at the end of this video, I will do all the journaling. Also stamped one little sentiment to add to the heart that I'm stapling. I made a little phrase that says "Love Traditions," because we've been going to this farm on and off for like 5 or 6 years. I think we got snowed out one year, and then in 2020 it was closed. So we've been going a long time, as long as we possibly can. On the back of this dark green heart, I traced a lighter green heart from a different paper, and then just put that on, and then that way you can see it on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing with the transparent tree. I'm going to add a tree to the backing. But for the chipboard stars, I'm just going to let the naked chipboard side show through and call it good enough. So I'm finishing up with this heart, and you can see I trimmed off an edge of it and then went ahead and stapled it. And on the back side of this 2x2 page protector, I have a journaling card that I'm going to go ahead and make. And I just cut the shape 2x2 with just a piece of paper and a photo, didn't trim it and make it precise or anything. So this is where I'm adding the tree for the clear pocket, and then for this little 2x2 journaling pocket or little card, I am stamping "Oh What Fun," and I'm just kind of making a border of gray at the top. So I'm stamping it 3 times, and then I'll add one little chipboard up in the top left corner. Next is the hands in photo, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to a piece of cardstock. That way it is a little bit stronger, and then I'll punch the holes. And then I'm going to figure out how I can add my number 2 to this page. I know that I wanted to try to add another one of those hearts. I didn't think I wanted a pleather heart because it was just too thick, and I couldn't find a negative space on the photo to use it. So I decided that a flatter heart that I could trace out and cut would be better. So I went with the star green paper, and I started putting it over there on the right hand side of the photo, but of course it's going to hang off. So I decided to put it up in the top corner where my husband's hand is, and I quickly pick up those alpha stickers because remember I told you those are very sticky, so you have to pick them up real quick before they stick down. And I made sure that the 2 fit on the entire heart. And then I just added 2 more chipboard stars to continue that theme of trees and hearts and stars, so all the shapes. So on the back of this is just going to be 4 3x4 photos, and all I'm going to do is just put them towards the center and then make a cluster using the pleather Mary and then 2 trees, and that's it. Not a lot of thinking or thought, but I am continuing the same type of theme with the embellishments and cutting out these trees. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 chipboard stars, one off to the left in that cluster, and then one I'll add to the top of the tree. So like I said, I could not narrow down my photos, and it was such a wonderful afternoon, and just being able to go out in the forest and walk around checking out the trees and just having time together, because we even got our kids out of school just a little bit early so that way they could go, and that was so fun for them. So much fun to be able to do that. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want my tree, if I want it over on the left, but I decided a tree on each side of the Mary would work better. So I'm going to go with that. And then since there's a little bit of adhesive left, that's why I put the star over on the left and then one on top of the tree. So I thought that looked really cute. I'm going to go ahead and back this 4x8 texture page with a piece of cardstock since some of the texture paste got on the back, and then I will put down the photo of my son and husband. I have traditionally in the past blown up this photo, so that's why I just couldn't pass up an opportunity to blow up this photo instead of like making it part of the 3x4 collage. And I saw that when I put this down that some of the white cardstock was showing through and looking kind of wonky. So I got out my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off as best as I can, and then hole punch it and trim the top so that way the back of the photo looks like a tag. Then my last little section of this entire big spread is going to be a 4x6 horizontal 2-page page protector, so that way I can include the family selfie and then a 4x6 card that I decided to just make myself because I don't know, I love making journaling cards, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to once again use all the hearts and the trees, and I fussy cut out 2 of the trees to layer over on the right hand side. I really like having those trees and just having them as a way to continue the entire theme and give the entire project some consistency. I traced 2 hearts on 2 different colors of, or 2 different patterns of green paper, and I made sure that they were both facing 2 different directions with the long side of the heart. And so the dark one is going to go up at the top left, and then the X green paper is going to go down at the bottom. And then I wanted to figure out how to do a large title. I really like those glitter stickers, alphabet glitter stickers, and I've already used them in this spread, so I decided to use them again. I am also going to use some of the little stamped phrases as well. So I am going to spell out love this and then make sure I add a period. But I'm first going to lay it all out on a ruler. That way it is straight when I lay it down. I know that most of the letters are going to be hanging off and going across the page, and maybe not pop as much as the L and the O, but I still really love how the title came together and just overall this entire card. So at the bottom, I stamped the tree. And for me, I noticed that it's better if I stamp left to right instead of right to left, because I wound up with a really crooked line of the tree, but oh well, I'm not going to start the card over and I'm just going to keep on trucking. And then below the love this, I stamped filled with joy. Now I'm grabbing all of the journaling card pieces and I'm going to go ahead and journal on all of them, because I have a story for each of the cards. So the 3x4 is just going to talk about how we've been coming for years and years, and apparently there's reservations now, but my husband was able to talk to the owner and let her know that we've been coming for years, and she was nice enough to let us stay, and she even got us some donut bites. So then I put on that little card just how much we enjoyed picking up the kids a little bit early and just stomping through the forest and trying to pick out which tree is going to come home with us. And then the last 4x6 card is just kind of some bullet points, but I just made little hearts for different little pieces of the day. So like at the bottom, I put random but awesome, the farm dogs and chickens following us around. And my son, when my son and husband went to go cut the tree, my son said, "Well, you have to hold up the skirts, Mom. Hold up the tree skirts." He's such a funny teenager. And then my daughter's smile was just pure happiness being out there as a family picking out our tree. So I just had to journal all those little tidbits, and also how we picked out a Douglas fir for I think the first time ever. So I have everything journaled now, and now I'm going to bring it all back into the album, and I just love how it came together, you guys. Monochromatic green made it really simple, so that way I wasn't digging through all my supplies and trying to coordinate a bunch of stuff, and I just stuck with green, and now it's all in my album and done. And I'm going to flip through it real quick to show you, and then I'll take some pictures of it, and then I will put it in the page protectors. So there you go. Such a fun spread and such a fun way to document getting our tree. I would love to know your family's story of how you guys get your tree. So if you want to leave a comment about your family story and how you guys get your tree, that would be awesome. I'd love to know. So thank you so much for watching this video. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.